that time of the year. NBA playoffs are here again. One of my favorite times, man. I mean, obviously, if you're an NBA fan, you're gonna love this time of year anyway. But welcome back to the show, man. It's about time we start pumping these out a little more regularly. Hopefully, hopefully with joy and glee and not disdain and sadness. But we got a lot of things to discuss. What's going on?
I see what you're doing. You waited to see if the Lakers is going to make the playoffs first before you decided to go ahead and do a show. It's all good, though.
Hey, man, no Lakers, no show, okay? Sorry. But yeah, look, I mean, the NBA play-in tournament only has 2 more games, both of which are going to be very bad probably, but they are for the 8th seed.
Wait. You don't think the Kings are determining the Western Conference powers here? Like, if the Kings mess around and beat the Thunder, they're going to be in the conference finals.
Oh, yeah, you're funny. You're hilarious.
And the Lakers can't beat the Kings, so if that's who we lose to.
Before we get knee deep into the playoffs and who's facing who, I do want to get your opinion on the in-season tournament. I mean, we've had it going for, I think, this is the 4th year now. It seems like every year there's exciting games. This year, I can't really say that the games have been super exciting, but the games are what they are. My concern with the in-season tournament is that the 1 seed, and I feel like I've said this before, but like the 1 seed still doesn't know, who they're playing because of the play-in tournament, like Denver and Boston, and the playoffs start Saturday. So, there's no games today as we record this on Thursday. They're going to find out who they play on a Friday. What are your thoughts on the in-season tournament and, just that point in general?
You're talking about OKC and Boston, but specifically the number 1 seeds. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I understand that, but at least, you're the number 1 seed, you got home court advantage. Like, what would you really, what more would you do? Like, have them pick who they're going to go against? Or
maybe, that's a great counter. I mean, I guess the earlier the better. So yeah, like maybe that could be a thing. Like, the winner of the 7-8, I guess you automatically get the 1 seed, or you automatically play the 1st seed, just so they have time. Because to me, it just feels a little unfair that they're going in kind of blind and then they're expected to play 24 hours later. So it's tough.
So I guess the real answer is give them a couple more days of rest then.
Yeah. Maybe let's not have that game on a Friday and then the playoffs start Saturday. So yeah, I guess that would be a better answer. But they got to get that TV money. There's got to be 4 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday. That's the way it goes. So I get it.
Yeah, the play-in's cool. I mean, at least it's adding some excitement to the bottom of the playoffs. But I think the best thing about it is that it's making the end of the regular season like exciting. The last week or two, as teams are trying to, nudge themselves up for position or try to get where they need to be for the play-in or avoid the play-in entirely. Because usually, the end of April is just a slog and everybody's just looking forward to the playoffs and resting guys, not really giving a damn. But now, it's added some juice to the last month or two, and I think that's I think the biggest advantage the play-in has added, as well as kind of just separating the haves and have-nots. If you're a tank team, the bottom 5 teams, they just already gave up for the most part. They're not trying, but like at least the teams that's above that still have a little wiggle room to possibly get in a play-in, so they're not quite tanking that hard. I don't know. I think that I liked it initially. But I think I don't know if they knew that was going to be the impacts, and I think that's like the best thing about it to me.
Yeah, no, man, I totally agree. You give teams hope that, I mean, like especially in the West when like there's so many competitive teams and like, I mean, when I'm talking about the Lakers, we're 12 games over 500. Like that's technically that's a good season, like any other year. Like
by all accounts, that's a good it's a good season by most teams.
Yeah, but we're in.
How about the Warriors? They're 10 games over. I mean, we're about to talk about playing results here soon, but 10 games over 500, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
It's crazy, man.
The West is just insane.
Yeah, So let's hop right into it, man. We had the 7, 8, 9, 10 of both West and East already play. The seeding is decided. The Lakers played the New Orleans Pelicans in the play-in tournament first. Interesting game from both teams because obviously we had just played them on Sunday. We blew them out. We pretty much been kicking their ass all year, so I expected them to answer, and they did. I mean, Zion Williamson had a really big game, but unfortunately, he just got hurt down the stretch. He couldn't finish. Brandon Ingram's coming off his knee injury, um, and it seemed just like all of our role players were kind of just clicking, and like there was nothing New Orleans could really do once we kind of put a stranglehold on it. What's your thoughts on that game, and what's your thoughts? Well, I mean, I know this because we talked about it, but what's your thoughts on now the Lakers getting the 7th seed and going to play Denver in the first round?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't kind of give that pretext that staring down the barrel, whoever wins the 7th seed matches up with the Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something I guess we could kind of touch on. Denver was kind of in the pole position for number 1 leading into the weekend, and then they got blown up and lost to Wemby and the Spurs.
Yep.
And that kind of threw things out of whack. And because it was between the Nuggets, OKC Thunder, and the Minnesota Timberwolves has had like a 3-way tie for most of the year for the top seed. With I think the Thunder have, for the most part, have always had the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Wolves are beat them head to head or something like that. So basically, if they would have all been tied at the end of this season, the Nuggets would have ended up at the 3rd seed. But since the Timberwolves got blown out by the Suns on the final day of the season and kind of just shook up the standings, and that's another cool thing. That's usually like a football thing or a baseball thing where it comes down to the wire. Every little game at the end can shuffle the standings. We're seeing that now. Like, I feel like there was kind of a thing last season too, where it's like now the last day of the season, and the NBA did well by doing this. There was a break on, so there was a lot of games on Friday, a break on Saturday, and then everybody played on Sunday around the same times if you're East Coast or West Coast. So you couldn't just already say, oh, they lost, so we don't got to play hard. We could rest everybody or whatever the case may be. You had to go in and at least try. Maybe a game might finish before yours or whatever. But for the most part, everybody was on an even playing field standings wise from when they came in on that day. And all that to say that the Lakers took care of business on that game, and then quickly we were just like, oh wait, what? Now we got to play. If we win against the Pelicans again, we have to play the Nuggets, who have just repeatedly whipped our ass every year. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, we haven't proven that we could beat these guys since like the bubble, when they were healthy anyway. So going into this play-in game, AD got banged up at the end of the previous game. We were kind of wondering if maybe he needs to rest that back. You know what I'm saying? So we could be fully healthy going into the matchup for the 8th seed. Which that's the Thunder there. Oh, the Lakers are 3-1 against the Thunder. Oh, that's a good matchup. Hey, how about we do that instead of just beating our heads up against the Nuggets? But when you're a competitor, you're not gonna go out there. We got some legends on our team that, they're not going to go out there and just lay down. So I knew they were going to come in and try, and they're going to win most likely because we match up good with the Pelicans. But credit to most of those guys in the Pelicans, they played with some heart. Zion, who's kind of had questions for him since he's been in the NBA. He hasn't really had a chance or hasn't delivered in the big games. He has a small sample size, but it was good to see him, playing hard and playing unstoppably like he should be. I mean,
we couldn't do nothing with him, man. Nothing.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that we were able to hold him in check most of the games we played this guy. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe we just really know his tendencies or something, but it didn't seem like it almost seemed like he was like bugged out or something. Like he was like not ready for the moment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this game, he was assertive and he was impressive. It kind of sucks that, he, I guess strained his hammy. I don't know if they said the extent, but he hurt his hammy. He knew it apparently immediately, walked off the court, slammed his towel down and walked off the court. It's kind of weird. But yeah, sad to say he got hurt. And the Ingram thing, that's kind of looking funny in the light, man, because Willie Green, the coach, just benched him, without really rhyme or reason. I guess, when you're in the moment, you got other, your bench players are playing well. They brought you back in the game, all that type of stuff. But Ingram didn't seem like he was cool with it. I saw some clips where he was kind of just looking kind of salty, sitting on the bench, not really getting involved with the huddle, just ignoring the game. He kind of just gave up on the game. So I guess it was a point of no return where they couldn't really bring him back in if he wasn't engaged. So I wonder how that's going to go for the rest of, I guess, tomorrow. Or is it today or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
And what's going to happen there, going forward? Is there a rift here? Is Ingram finally done with the Pelicans? I don't know, but good luck to them. I guess we'll talk about that matchup after that. But yeah, I mean, happy to see that the Lakers took care of business, and we'll go ahead and go forward with the Nuggets and just kind of face our demons and see what happens. I guess ultimately, this is what champions are made of. If you're trying to get the ring, you got to go through the champs. So we'll see what happens.
Beat the man, you got to be the man. Oh, wait. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yep. Ric Flair, right?
Yep, Ric Flair.
Woo!
Yeah. So, look, there were 2 games on that night. Obviously, the Lakers came and took care of business in New Orleans. The other game was the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. I'm not letting this go. Klay Thompson went 0 for 10. Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole last year, and the dynasty is over.
He had a good season though. Otherwise,
who?
Take out the suspension. Him getting suspended for X amount of games and his mental retreat or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not calling that a good season. No.
It's kind of shooting over 40 from 3. Their second best shooter, really, statistically. And
he can't stay on the floor, bro. Like this dude is an absolute. I never thought that there would be like a worse cancer than Kyrie until like Draymond Green started this foolishness every single year. Who knows if he doesn't get suspended for like the month of December, are they in the damn 10th seed? They could use them. He's a great player.
Be a 5th or 6th seed otherwise.
Yeah, like I mean, that pretty much cost them their season, man. And now they're in a do or die game, relying on Podziemski and Trace Jackson Davis. And don't get me wrong, like these guys are good, but they're not battle tested. They have absolutely no armor in the postseason. Whereas the Kings, even though they lost Malik Monk, who is probably going to win 6th Man of the Year, talk about a guy who's had a great season. They got destroyed. Like it wasn't even a game. Like it was over by like the first quarter. I mean, it was pathetic to watch. And I watched the entire game. Steph looked worn out because obviously they were just sending everything at him because they knew that they could basically. De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray at 32 and 9. Like, get out of here. Keegan Murray, who's
pretty good though.
He is. I mean, but when you have De'Aaron Fox and you have Domantas Sabonis, you can't let Keegan Murray go for 32. You can't.
It was like an easy 32.
Yeah, like he was killing them. Like he was just
kind of remind me of like Michael Porter. Like,
yeah,
like what's going on? Like somebody guard this guy.
Yeah, he's just hot. So, yeah, man. I mean, look, this might be the last time we see this group of Warriors together on the same basketball team. Klay Thompson is I think he's a restricted free agent coming up.
Unrestricted.
So he's unrestricted. Okay, so that's even better. So, there's a lot of people that think that there aren't NBA teams out there that's not going to throw money at Klay Thompson, and you guys need to wake up because Klay Thompson is absolutely going to have a market. Is he going to be a max player?
Wait, I'm about to say what kind of market? What are we talking?
Probably not. He's probably not going to be a 30 because I think if he goes somewhere else, the most he can sign is like 4 years, 100 or something like that, maybe more because he's Klay.
He's making over 40 now, and since he's got tenure in the league, he could sign somewhere else for basically the same. The Warriors could offer him
5 years, 200,
50, 60 million a year, but they're not going to.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
Another team could give him 40 to 50 million a year in 4 years, as opposed to Warriors 50, 60 in 5 years, whatever that turns out to be. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, look, and I honestly think that there are teams like the New York Knicks, like the Oklahoma City Thunder, like the Lakers, unfortunately. Like I think that there's a team that will throw money at a Klay Thompson. Now, if we do decide to do that, hopefully we're not paying him $40 million.
I'm gonna say I don't know if that somebody might give him 25 like that, and even then that's a reach. But I don't know about 30, 40.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the Lakers got a good 15 for him, maybe. 15
Crazy.
Per mil over 2-3 years, something like that. If you want to come back to LA, but
yeah.
And that's honestly, that's probably kind of, if I was the Warriors, I'd want him back, but I'm not spending more than 20 something 22 million on him, and that's kind of like a, we love you and appreciate you type deal.
Yeah,
like we'll
thanks,
give you 4 years,
but...
3 or 4 years over. Yeah, but hell no, not more than 25. And really, I don't know if they could afford that because they really need to decrease their salary. Like they're
deep in the luxury tax.
every year setting records in salary. And Chris Paul, he's definitely not coming back. They probably got to get rid of Wiggins, but then it means they probably need to replace him with someone cheaper. I don't know if Kuminga could handle that, but you don't want to just get rid of your wings, so you kind of, yeah, Clay, they're going to have to slash his salary by at least half. And maybe he, he's a prideful guy, so maybe he won't accept that. Maybe he feel like, we helped bring 4 championships. I deserve 25. Draymond's getting 25 million a year. I should be getting that. But they could always say, like, look, Clay, we paid you when you tore your ACL. We still gave you your contract, and then you tore your Achilles after that. Whatever. We've loved you. We've taken care of you. We haven't complained. But we can't afford to pay you 30, 40 million. And then what happens? I don't know. Maybe a Miami or a Orlando or somebody that doesn't have state tax. It doesn't have state tax or income tax. Maybe that's somewhere appealing where he can get more bang for his buck somewhere in the South or something like that. Houston or something. They throw money at everybody apparently these days. So
yeah.
Maybe Wemby. San Antonio needs somebody to play with Wemby.
That would not be fair. I would not allow that veto. But yeah, look, let's move on. We're going kind of long in these playing games. 76ers in the Heat.
Hold on. One more thing. Were you actually surprised at the result though? Because I kind of was thinking the Kings was gonna win that, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I'm lying. I was surprised. I was surprised that they got destroyed.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I figured that. I was surprised. Yeah, I would have picked the Warriors to win that game, honestly. So
just because everybody just assumed they were going to win.
Yeah.
I was I don't know. Like De'Aaron Fox, they don't got nobody to really guard him, especially if Gary Payton kind of wonky.
Yeah. Heat and Sixers yesterday. Joel Embiid is back, quote unquote. He said before the game that he's only 70% healthy. I'm kind of getting sick of hearing that. It seems like that's like the story with him every single year. But they managed to pull it out thanks to Nicholas Batum and the rest of the gang there. Jimmy Butler, unfortunately, another injury, man. He got hurt. He's going to be out in this next game.
Was that like a contact play or what? I actually missed this game. I wasn't able to catch this one. Yeah.
He like pump faked and went up for a layup and got fouled, and Kelly Oubre kind of like landed on his knee. And now they're saying he might have like an MCL injury. So he's already listed out for tomorrow, so there's nothing that can be done there. But
I think they just made an announcement before we got on. Yeah, they're expecting to miss several weeks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically, there's no hope for him to come back, even if the Miami Heat do get the 8th seed and play the Celtics in the first round. So, yeah, man, it sucks. It's just another terrible situation. But Philly is moving on as the 7th seed. So, which I think they want. I'm pretty sure they have a good matchup with the Knicks there.
The Knicks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have much to add other than that's going to be an interesting first round matchup. But
yeah,
what really happened in this game? I think I saw kind of Oubre had a good game, and
yeah, it was kind of back and forth for a little while. Miami is such a weird team. They can look like the most disorganized, like they don't know what's going on, who's the guy team, and then come into a game like this and just have the most insane game
control
plan.
The game.
Yeah, like execute everything perfectly. It's just like who are these guys? But yeah, it was real back and forth until, like I said, Batum kind of caught fire. I think he hit 5 threes in the second half, and kind of brought them back. And it was just a free throw battle at the end. Jimmy Butler got hurt pretty early on too, but he played through it. But yeah, obviously he wasn't 100%. He was jacking up a lot of threes, and but yeah, I mean, it was an interesting game. More interesting than the Hawks and the Bulls. Holy shit.
I was gonna say for Miami, this kind of what they get. Kind of messing around all year. Not really.
Yeah.
They were one of the teams that was load managing really. Like Jimmy was kind of barely playing this season and barely playing hard when he was out there. So they were kind of like, we just get in and we'll handle business when we get in, kind of thing. But
yeah,
in the East, they could have at least secured that top 6, played a little better. But we'll see.
Yep.
But maybe they squeeze something out and able to beat the Bulls. Not like that's Layman's work. Layman's work there.
Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks got blown out again.
Now that was pathetic, and they need to break this. They need to break the Hawks up. This is, Trey and DeJounte. It's not working. It's not going to work. They don't like each other probably. It just stinks on the court. Everybody smell it, and yeah, I mean Trey. I don't know. I don't know who really wants him like that. Honestly,
the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, and the Spurs want him.
That's the last thing I want to see is Trae Young jacking up 40-footers while Wemby sitting here under the basket like, give me the ball.
He won't. Trae Young has said publicly that he loves Wemby. He loves Wemby's game. That he would get Wemby the ball like nobody can. Like he literally said that. First of all, that's tampering, bitch. And like, you can't just do that.
He's up like, please.
Yeah. He basically just asked for a trade. Like he can't just do that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, look.
Honestly, if I was like struggling and floundering, I would be trying to get to play with Wemby too.
Yeah, like what? Yes, like this is like '94 Shaq when like everybody was like, hold on, this guy's gonna be the next guy for like 10 years. Like I want to play with him. Yeah. So, yeah, you all should do that. The next 2 games in the play-in happen tomorrow as we record this on a Thursday. Bulls and Heat. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Jimmy Butler's not playing. It doesn't matter who wins this game. Neither one of these teams are going to beat the Celtics in the first round. So,
and shout out to Kobe White though, man. I never thought he'd be this good.
He's really okay.
He didn't do shit until this season. I'm talking about not just this good as in like how he showed out this game. I'm talking about how he's blown up this season and just become consistently like a great player, really. Yeah. So, you'd asked me this last year, I'd be like, no. I mean, I was 6 man at best. I didn't see it for him, but
yeah, he's in the running for most improved this year. He's definitely gotten a lot better. I feel like I've been following him. Tyrese Maxey, which I think he's the one who's going to get the award. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I said, neither one of these teams have a chance against the Celtics in the first round. And with a hobbled Pelicans team facing the Kings, I think this one could be a little more interesting in terms of like a first round matchup, but I'm assuming it's going to be the Kings just because the Pelicans aren't healthy. But let's get into the first round matchup in the West. Because honestly, I guess it could go either way. I mean, the Pelicans are at home. They're known to just be hot and have flamethrowers at home. So let's say
basically what you're trying to say is neither of these teams fighting for the 8th seed are consequential going forward.
Right. Yeah.
If it was been a healthy Pelicans, maybe they give the Thunder some trouble, but Zion gonna be out for multiple weeks. Ingram don't want to be there, so it's like, well, fuck. And then the Kings,
can't depend on CJ McCollum.
Yeah, and they don't really have the matchup thing that would help them against the Thunder. Like if they had like some imposing size or something like that. Sabonis is good, but he's not gonna, average 30 or 40 in a series. He's he might have an explode for a game or two, but I don't know. I just don't. I think the Thunder have more talent, more explosive talent, matching up with say a team like the Kings.
So you think either way, whether it's Thunder versus Kings or Thunder versus Pelicans, you think the Thunder are gonna easily take the series?
I do. Well, I'd say either 1 in 5. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So I'm going to assume the Kings are going to win, and if the Kings win, I think the Kings might be a tougher matchup than we think, just because they're a little more experienced. Literally nobody on the Thunder aside from Shea, and Shea doesn't have experience as a number 1 option. have any type of postseason experience, whereas the Kings
Dort.
went to 7 games last year. And Ludor, yeah. I mean, and De'Aaron Fox, man, he's just a killer. He's so good. And it feels like there's always somebody that's just hot on the Kings. But I do feel like in this series, they're going to miss a Malik Monk and even like a Kevin Huerter, who's also out. I think that those guys are going to be missed. So I do lean your way. I do think the Thunder are probably going to win the series, depending on, I mean, either if they face the Kings or the Pels, but I don't know if it'll be in 5, I guess.
Yeah. Not. I'll say 6 if it's the Kings. I'll say 6 because they both have good home courts. You know, like you said, the experience factor may take the Thunder a few games to get their feet under them. Maybe. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. In the Eastern Conference, the number 1 seed Boston Celtics are facing either the Bulls or the Heat. Again, I don't see much here, man. Like the Celtics are just too good. They're healthy. They're probably going to have another easy path to the finals, but we'll see.
Heat in 5. No, I'm kidding.
You're funny. That would be absolutely nuts.
If Jimmy Butler would have been healthy and
if
circumstances different, maybe, but no.
Yeah, there's really nothing here. Let's just move on. So we both got Thunder and Celtics moving on. This series right here is going to be fun. I can't wait for this. The LA Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be probably the most anticipated, most fun first round series aside from maybe our series. But mostly everybody's healthy. Kawhi is having knee injections. They say that he's likely to play, but we know how that goes. So let's assume that Kawhi is healthy for 4 out of the 7 games, because I think that this is going to go 7 probably. Who are you leaning more towards in this series, man? The Mavericks or the Clippers?
Mavericks. Yeah, I think the Mavericks this time are going to get them. And I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a blowout or nothing, but it's just the health factor. And this isn't the same Mavericks team that the Clippers were bumping up against. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He's got a Kyrie, which is kind of similar to what he had in Brunson, but Brunson, I think that was only his rookie year the last time they faced each other. So we got a Kyrie in his prime playing well. And then they've got some size now with Gafford and Lively, and then they've got defenders with PJ Washington, and I don't know. I think they're just more of a well-rounded team and shooters, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if the Clippers, they start off pretty well when they got the Harden trade, but they've been kind of mediocre for like the last couple months. I don't really know what's going on, if it's just health related or I don't know, but I don't like how they played, and yeah, the Kawhi factor is kind of sketchy, and I don't know. I just feel like they. If you told me Kawhi was just going to be able to come back and not only play like himself offensively, but be able to guard Luka, then I'd feel a little more confidence there. Say Clippers, yeah, they got their I don't know the word I'm looking for. They kind of got their advantage thing over the Mavs, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that to say, yeah, I just don't think it's the same kind of setup that the Clippers have been used to, and I think they're about to. I think honestly, it could be a beatdown, like Mavs in 5, because I think they're going to want to try to embarrass them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Mavs in 5. This is like the most confident I am about a series. And honestly, it could be Mavs in 4. Goddamn it, if Kawhi doesn't play. Look, man. This Dallas Mavericks team, I've been trying to tell y'all, look, ever since they made that trade for PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, like I flagged it immediately. I'm like, hold on now. Like, talk about this.
You did, yeah.
I was like, hold on now. Like, y'all, I mean, we gotta see what's going to go down here. And I mean, this Mavericks team right now has a chance to win the goddamn NBA Finals. I am that high on these. I mean, mostly because Luka is just so good, bro. Like, you just can't do anything with him. Like, he's so good. You can try to double him, but then he's gonna pass to Kyrie Irving.
And that's also the subtle things that he's just getting better and better every year. Like now, his 3-point percentage is kind of like he's making his threes and his free
Mm-hmm.
throws, so he's really unguardable right now.
Mm-hmm.
Combined with
He's making like 4 threes a game. Like that's not fair. That's like Steph. like I mean,
he
come
takes
on, bro.
tough shots, but
He does.
he's making them. He's making them at
Yeah.
a higher clip.
Yeah. I honestly I don't think the Clippers have a chance in this series, even if they were fully healthy. Kawhi cannot guard Luka. He's shown that in every playoff series. Luka averages like 35 on them in the postseason. Paul
Yeah, but
George can't
Kawhi
do
gets
it.
his 33 back or whatever, plus
Sure.
doing what he
Sure.
can on defense. Yeah.
Paul George can't do it. James Harden, oh my God. I pray they put James Harden on somebody like Luka or Kyrie.
That's
He'll
I
probably
think gonna
guarding.
be that's what's gonna I think it's gonna come down to like they're gonna need James Harden to like have a great series, and he's just not gonna be able to do it. Like I didn't even I forgot about the Harden factor. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
that's another thing. If you're actually relying on this guy now, oh no, this is bad. Like how to get to this point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine. Let me see. I'm pretty sure PJ Washington is going to be guarding Kawhi, so that'll leave Luka on probably Paul George just for size, and then I'm guessing Kyrie would guard Harden. So yeah,
Don't they
Mavs in
run
5.
Washington at the 4? Like who they also have Derek Jones Jr. starting,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh yeah.
they
Okay,
might
so
just run him on Paul George or
they
Kawhi,
would.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. So then yeah, Mavs in 5. I can't wait. I'm sorry guys. I'm a Laker fan, Clippers hater, but I mean I can't wait to see them get destroyed. But hey,
It's tough, man. We need Luka to suffer and struggle so he ready to leave.
come to the Lakers.
Can't let him prosper.
No, that's hilarious. To the East, man, the 4-5 in the East is not as exciting, but shout out to the Orlando Magic for making it so far. They almost had home court advantage. They were literally a game away, facing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were just picking up the pieces, trying to get into the postseason. Donovan Mitchell, the poor guy, just in and out the lineup. Evan Mobley in and out the lineup. Darius Garland missed a month and a half. I think Jared Allen's played like almost every game this year. I think he only missed 1 or 2. I think that they have the clear advantage in this series against this young Orlando team. I do think that Orlando has a chance to, for guys like Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, I'm sure they're not household names to most NBA fans. So it'll be good for them to get on TV and to get that mainstream exposure. But ultimately, I think the Cavs are just too good. And honestly, I think this is a really bad matchup for the Magic. And I'm pretty much expecting a sweep here. Maybe Cavs in 5, but I don't really see this being too competitive. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't got that much confidence in the Cavs these days, man, because it just sounds kind of weird out there with Donovan Mitchell. Just sound like he's ready to get to this offseason and get up out of here. And JB Bickerstaff, I don't know, man. He had a really bad performance in the playoffs last year. Like they should have beat who was it, the Knicks they lost to?
Mm-hmm.
Like got smacked, got punked, and they made no adjustments. So to me, I'm like, I need to see it. I would actually wager to say that the Magic have the better coach. I like Jamal Mosley.
I do like Jamal Mosley.
And I kind of like their team better. I mean, they're younger, but I don't know, man. They might just be ready to get into trouble. Just do some stuff. Not even know what they're doing. Just go wild. And we'll see. Maybe Orlando, they might have a hype home court now because it's their first time in the playoffs in X amount of years. So who knows? Yeah, just something about that Cleveland thing is. I mean, it's really the Donovan Mitchell. Like they just don't seem that connected right now. The media keeps asking them, "What are your plans? You want to get traded? Or are you happy here? Do you guys have to win a series? What? And he's just like, whatever. Like he's not really answering the questions, and that's just kind of making everybody nervous up there, and just adding more and more pressure to the situation. Now they almost feel like they have to win a series or at least get to the conference finals or something for Donovan Mitchell to feel like he wants to extend there and be happy there. So I don't know. All I know is I don't really want him on the Lakers, so y'all do what you want with him. So I just don't want the Lakers to try to chase him.
We got to chase somebody. Interesting. Okay, I didn't expect that. So you got Orlando winning.
I got Orlando in 6 or 7. Yeah, long series.
Okay. All right. So yeah, In the West, we have the number 3 Minnesota Timberwolves and the number 6 Phoenix Suns. They squeaked in out of the play-in on the last day of the season again. Two powerhouse teams, man. I'm not sure either one of these teams really wanted to face each other in the first round, but this is going to be a bloodbath. I mean, both teams are fully healthy. Both teams have veteran guys who have been there. This series can go either way. I think Minnesota is deeper and low key. I think they have the better roster, but I think the Suns can just get hot, man. And I think especially against this matchup where it's Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns, and like those are the guys you have to trust in the playoffs again. And the history there just isn't good with those two guys in particular. I think the silver lining though is that Anthony Edwards, man, this dude is just a monster. He's here. He's a star now. And I think if they're going to win, it's going to be because of him. But it's really hard to cut out Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal and Grayson Allen, who they just resigned. Shout out to him getting his bag for the first time. And Yusuf Nurkic, who's going to foul out every game, but I don't know. I mean, I guess if I had to pick, I'm going to pick the Timberwolves. They have home court advantage. I think Minnesota is going to be loud and raucous, and I think they've got guys like Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley to help guard the Kevin Durants and the Devin Bookers and the Bradley Beals, and Anthony Edwards is great defensively too. So I lean Minnesota, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Phoenix Suns win this series. What do you think?
So you say what, Minnesota in 7?
Probably, yeah. It's gonna be a tough series.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with everything you said. Minnesota seems to be the better team. It seems to be the better matchup for them. They could exploit their size and their depth.
Will they though?
In a way that should wear the Suns down, but yeah, will they? Will Towns be shooting 8 threes a game instead of being in the paint?
He will.
While going 2 for 8, 1 for 8 every game. Whether depending on Nas Reed. Will Gobert just be exposed by Devin Booker on the pick and roll every time down the court?
Yeah, exactly.
Will McDaniels and those guys be able to hang with Durant or foul out or whatever? Or will Durant and Beal get worn out? And Booker get worn out trying to do all the work. And that's kind of the thing. This is what makes the 3-star model work in the playoffs usually, though, and it's what makes it dangerous. Assuming you have some synergy between the positions, is that you can have basically 2 guys, whoever gets hot, handle most of the usage, handle most of the workload, or even 3, but everybody could play heavy minutes and just really be on the floor and do what needs to be done. I mean, at this point, it's not really worrying about numbers and worrying about stats. It's just doing what you got to do to win. So the Suns have had all year to kind of iron that out, though a lot of Bill been in and out the lineup, Booker here and there. But I really don't really love their team. But in a matchup here against the Timberwolves, it's hard to really trust the T. It's hard to trust Towns. Towns was like a reliable playoff guy, but it'd be a little bit, and Gobert would be a little bit more comfortable picking the T-Wolves here. But I think I'm actually gonna go Suns and zag a little bit, just because I don't trust these guys. I don't trust the Timberwolves. I don't.
Hey man, I can't blame you.
No, I can't blame you. I mean, this is a team that jumped from the play-in to the playoffs. I mean,
yeah,
the Thunder kind of did the same thing.
They've been the 1 seed all year, basically. They really lost it in the last week because Cat was out.
Yeah, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Now, would I be surprised if the T-Wolves win the series? No, but I'm going to say Suns in 6. I'm going to say they're going. And then they got this ownership thing kind of hanging over them too. It's just some bad juju. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. In the Eastern Conference, the 3-6 is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers. The one team the Bucks did not want to see, with or without Giannis.
Yep.
Yeah, Giannis. I'm pretty sure.
Gulp.
First of all, yeah, I'm pretty sure Giannis is going to miss this entire series, because he also got hurt in the last week or I think it was last week of the season.
Yeah, last week or something.
And
everybody thought he tore his Achilles or something. I mean,
yeah,
it looked like that.
It did because it was just non-contact. He was dribbling. He just went down. It was actually really scary.
He wasn't even dribbling, right? He was just walking up the floor, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. He inbounded and walked up the floor and just fell. So yeah, there's no way he's going to be back in 2 or 3 weeks from that. I don't care what the Bucks say,
especially after the Durant fiasco we went through.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Especially after you saw what happened to Kevin Durant against the Toronto in the finals, where they brought him back early and he actually ruptured his fucking Achilles. So the Bucks have no chance with Giannis. I mean, they were going to get demolished.
I mean, he would have had to play 48 minutes, but
yeah. And look, Giannis has kind of owned the Pacers. Like, I'm pretty sure he dropped 50 on them twice this year, but it doesn't matter because they still lose by 20 because the Pacers are just exploiting every mismatch. We knew that the Bucks couldn't defend, but we didn't know how bad until they played the Pacers. And it was just like, whoa, like these guys are actually ass. Okay,
rephrasing. We knew Damian Lillard was not a great defender, but we didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah. I the Indiana Pacers to win this pretty easily. Now, I will say that Doc Rivers is a historically bad coach, but I do like.
Dang, is that what we are with Doc? He's historically bad. This is a Hall of Fame coach, man. What you talking about?
He's not.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
He
as a
shouldn't
coach.
He's not. He shouldn't be. But look,
this is a champion. Okay.
Please stop. You're funny. You're funny. Holy shit. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I do like the fact that he took Malik Beasley's ass out of the starting lineup and he's starting Patrick Beverley alongside Damian Lillard. I do think that helps because Pat Bev he's still valuable in the league, and I really believe that, especially this time of year. I believe that, Jabbar, okay? I believe it. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but I'm pretty sure Pat Bev is getting a Tyrese Halliburton.
Once said Pat Bev was fooling y'all.
Oh, man. All right, well, yeah, look.
101, right?
I think the Pacers are going to win this series, and I expect Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers to perform really well. I don't want Doc Rivers to have another coaching job after they lose in the first round, by the way. But
how close was he to being a Lakers coach, man?
I think he was pretty close.
We wanted that badly.
Well, we just wanted Darvin Ham out, but yeah. But yeah, thoughts, Bucks and Pacers. Who do you got?
I concur. Pacers in 4 or 5.
I mean,
like you said, it already was a bad matchup, and then with Giannis being out, it's like, well, damn, like, what are the Bucks gonna do?
But Dame historically is a great playoff performer. So do you think that he could save them? He could certainly get them a game, but can he save them?
He could get them a game. Like I said, I don't think he's gonna stop them from scoring 150.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, like they do on almost every team.
Yeah.
So, what is Dame might be able to get them to outscore him one a game. I would say a game. Yeah, I wouldn't even say twice. I don't think he's just at that stage of his career where he could carry like that.
I will say I do think Indiana is worse after the trade deadline when they got rid of Buddy Hield and Benedict Mathurin is also out with an injury. Just like the Nuggets and the Lakers, we got another tough one, man. We got a tough one. A lot of Lakers fans wanted us to duck this matchup and to tank and get the 8th seed.
I did.
Or just get in and get the 6th seed to avoid these guys. Whatever. But like you said, I'm not sure it would have mattered. Like it kind of felt like the Nuggets were going to do whatever it took to make sure that they saw us in the first round too. So here it is, man. Look.
So you think they lost on purpose against the Spurs, huh?
I mean, I can't prove it, but I think that they knew. They were like, yeah, these things gonna be 7. We want them. But look.
Some bullies, man.
Like I said, ever since the bubble, man, they have just owned our soul. Like they have. Yeah, like yeah. Like
I mean, it ain't like we getting blown out, but we just lose the same way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So look, here are my keys to the game. First of all, I do think that we can win this series. I don't think that it's completely hopeless. Now, for that to happen, the Lakers, obviously LeBron and AD have to play well. That's a given. But D'Angelo Russell has to play like well. And I think if the three best players in the series are Joker, LeBron, and AD, then I think we're going to be fine. But if the three best players are Joker, Murray, and LeBron, or Joker, Murray, and AD, we're going to lose. We can't let Joker get 30, 15, and 12, while also letting Jamal Murray go for 30, and letting KCP and Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. hit every shot that they take. So we've got to take something away. I wouldn't be opposed to starting Jackson Hayes and just letting him deal with Jokic as much as he can, and I mean that for like a 6-minute spurt. Like just go, man. Just foul him if you have to, 1-on-1. Like he's yours. My hope is that we have some type of game plan, and it's not just the same old thing. By all accounts, from the media that I've heard with Darvin Ham, they're cooking up something. Like they do have some type of strategy. Who knows if it's going to work? Joker is so good, man. Look, hats off to the Nuggets. Like I can't even front on these guys. Like they are fucking elite. This is still, in my opinion, the best team in the league right now. I think they're better than the Celtics, but that doesn't mean that they're unbeatable. And I think we can win this series. And I'm going to say Lakers in 6 games.
Whoa, not even 7.
No, we're gonna lose game 1 in Denver. We're gonna win games 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna lose 5. We're gonna win in 6 in Denver. LeBron's gonna throw the ball in the air. We slayed the dragon. We got Phoenix.
I think 6 will be in LA actually. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah. So whatever. The prophecy is gonna be fulfilled. We are gonna win. Jamar's like, yeah. As long as we don't get swept, man, my thought process is let's just get it out the way now. I don't want to make it to the second round just to lose to them then. I don't want to make it to the third round just to lose to them. Let's lose to them now. Let's fire Darvin Ham immediately. Let's get ready for the offseason.
A close L like that may save Ham's job. Like you almost need to get swept to get him out of here.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. Well, look, give me thoughts, man. I want to know. What do you think? What do you think are our chances? Obviously, both of us are Laker fans. We want the Lakers to win, but the Nuggets are a tough task.
Yeah, so the Nuggets are going to be rightly favored.
Yeah, they're actually Lakers, 8-point favored right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they've been beating the Lakers' head in every time they face them. That's not really that surprising. But the Lakers, pretty much don't have any margin for error. So we've had 4 days since, the play-in Tuesday all the way to Saturday to game plan, to rest, to get your mind right, all of that, to the point where, after like game 3, there probably shouldn't be that many adjustments left,
Mm-hmm.
So here we are, and we faced both teams know each other really well.
Yep.
So if you think that a huge factor is D'Lo performing, what was the reason why you think he couldn't perform as well in the series last season? Was it the Bruce Brown factor? Okay, so if he's no longer there,
mm-hmm.
then maybe D'Lo has a bit of a psychological neutral thing where he's not feeling like he's I don't know what Bruce Brown was telling to him. They played with each other on the Nets, right? So maybe he knew
mm-hmm.
something about him that I don't know. Maybe it must have been something personal or something. I don't know. So maybe hopefully D'Lo can carry on the momentum he's had for the last 3-4 months now. He's been playing great. Keep doing that. Shoot it when you're open. Shoot it with confidence. And don't turn it over. And really, we don't need that much more from him, man. Just he need to be a shooter, and when he has the ball, make some plays here and there. Don't turn it over. I'm not really worried about Austin, except for getting picked on defensively. We keep having Austin guarding Michael Porter Jr. That's not going to work. So he needs to stay on KCP. But no, the problem is, who is D'Lo going to guard? And that's so.
That's why I really think, man, we might have to bench Austin Reeves. And I feel like when I say that, people are like, "Whoa, you don't want to play Austin Reeves?" Oh shit. I'm not saying that we need to take away his minutes completely, but I mean, maybe we should try like a Gabe immediately or a Spencer Dinwiddie like immediately. I saw like some crazy stat like Jamal Murray shoots really bad percentages against Spencer Dinwiddie. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything, but it means something. But it doesn't mean everything. So,
I like to see that. Yeah,
right.
I
would like to see it.
Like to see it in action. Yeah, let's see what happens there.
So look, man, like I especially if they're obviously hunting Austin Reeves, we've got to just get him out, man. Like I love him. I think he's a great player, but this may not be the series for him. Because we can't have Jamal Murray being the second or third best player in this series.
Too comfortable.
Yeah, like we're going to lose. Like we just can't do it. So, sorry.
I mean, I'm willing to do anything right from the jump, actually. So even if it takes, okay, is this first half you getting torched, Austin? Okay, there's going to decrease your minutes. Start the second half with Dinwiddie. Not to say you're getting benched, but you're going to run the second unit now. Whatever, something like that. Yeah, I'm willing to try anything. So whatever. Is this a series where we may see a little more Cam Reddish, just to stick to guys like Michael Porter and give us some size in the wing?
Well, okay, hold on. Before I just automatically say yes, unfortunately, I'm going to say no actually, because Taurean Prince, man, he's been a flamethrower for us in the last week. I'm sorry, in the last month or so. And
he's had a good season, man. Lakers fans been hard on him, but he's had a good season.
He has. And Gabe Vincent is back. And he's, this last week and a half, he's proven that he deserves to be part of the rotation. Like, his three is still coming along, but like defensively, he's out there competing hard. Yeah. And I love it. Like I want to see him play in this series. So, hopefully Dinwiddie,
Dinwiddie can't make a fucking shot, but like at least he's like. Yeah, he's also like a body defensively and a playmaker.
At least he can break down a defense, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully we don't see Cam Reddish. But if we do, I wouldn't mind throwing him on Jamal Murray or a Michael Porter Jr. for a stretch. But I just feel like we got other guys that could fulfill that for now. So,
and I don't know about starting Jackson Hayes since we don't have another backup.
Because Christian Wood's out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna run Harry Giles or Castleton out there.
Would have been great to have Christian Wood in this series to help stretch the floor too, but
it would have been. It doesn't look like he's coming back at this point.
No, and I don't know about Vando, man. Hopefully he's coming back, but we don't know for sure at this moment.
I don't got a lot of confidence in him playing. Like he just seems like his heel's gonna pop if he does too much, and they almost didn't want to give him surgery because they know it's gonna be like a 5-6 month recovery or something.
Sheesh.
Seems like he needs a surgery.
Okay, so pick. Who do you got? Nuggets or Lakers?
I mean, look, my head is telling me, Nuggets in 6 because they just match up better with the Lakers. But I'm a Lakers fan, and until there's no hope, and we've proven that we've tried everything, exhausted everything, and we still lose. I'm gonna say there's a chance, and say Lakers in. Probably would have to be 6 because I don't want to go back to Game 7 in Denver. So yeah, we'd have to. Honestly, I think if we could somehow win Game 1 or Game 2, but like give me Game 1, all right? Make me feel good. If we could win Game 1, then I'm in. I'm like, okay, Lakers in 6, we're doing this thing. Oh hell yeah! But if we go back to LA down 2-0, I'm just gonna be like, oh my gosh, like just win a game, don't get swept. But I don't know. I'm not that confident. Ironically, I was more confident last season with the team that like barely got in and got hot and just did all that. But like this year, I've kind of, for one, this has been the team we've had, been pretty inconsistent. We've got the talent. We've got some high highs. We beat some great teams, had some great performances, but we've had some times where we're just like, what the hell is going on? Like what, like everything's wrong. Our game plan, our execution, our lineups, we're not calling timeouts. We're not just playing the wrong guys, or LeBron looking old, or whatever the case may be. So it's been kind of having me like, man, this just doesn't seem like our year. But who knows, man? Like maybe these guys, like I said, they've been playing so well the last month or so. And they've proven at times, like I said, they could do it. We've had big wins. We won the in-season tournament. That has to mean something, right? We got a banner. Come on. I'm just gonna hope that we can win game 1 or game 2, and I'm sure we'll talk again next week or sometime soon before the round is over. But hold out hope, man. I'm not even gonna give a real prediction on this one, but that's kind of where I'm at. Where my head's telling me Nuggets in 6, but I think the Lakers could win. It's possible. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't put my money down, but okay. We'll see, man. We'll see. This is what's being a fan is fun about. When you have the hope and dreams and wishes and it's before it's final. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna be all butt hurt on the next pod probably.
Last series
walking
here
around in the background
is the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Julius Randle out for the rest of the season. He actually had to have shoulder surgery. Mitchell Robinson is back. OG Anunoby is back. Josh Hart is playing 48 minutes. Tom Thibodeau is absolutely insane. But, hey, they're the number 2 seed. They got home court advantage. And you get Joel Embiid, who is just a terrible matchup for these guys. I mean, look, Jalen Brunson is special, man. He's really good. You've been very high on him. And I'm not gonna act like I'm a Jalen Brunson hater because I'm absolutely not. I'm a fan of the guy. I think he's great, especially in big moments in big games. He's great. He's consistently performed well. I don't know what they can do with Embiid, man. I guess they've just got to hope that he's just too hurt to like dominate them, but I think this is just a bad matchup for the Knicks. I really do. And I think the 76ers are going to win this series. I'll say in 6 games. I think Embiid is just going to be too much. OG Anunoby is going to chase Tyrese Maxey around. And I don't see Maxey having a big series, but I don't even think he needs to have one. Obviously, unless Embiid is just hobbled. But I think Embiid is just too big and too good for the Knicks, unfortunately. So what do you think?
I think this one is going to go 7. I think the Sixers, healthy with Embiid healthy, of course, they're a better team. And like I said, match up well. But, he's not healthy. And, he's going to have somewhat of a minute restriction. He's going to have rough games. So I think there's going to be opportunity there for the Knicks. And I think the Knicks are also going to experience a little bit more of a home court advantage. And they're going to have a lot of fans in Philly as well, since that's only a train ride away. Though Philly has great fans, but, they're going to try to flood the Wells Fargo Center, or the Center, as they call it now. Man. I think for some reason my gut is telling me the Knicks are going to win this one for some reason.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So I say Knicks in 7. I just think they're going to pull it off somehow, and they got the home court advantage too. So, being the 2 seed, I'll go Knicks in 7, but don't feel that strong about it. But I think this will probably be, out of all of them, this is the one I'm thinking the most likely to go 7.
Yeah, probably right.
This one or the T-Wolves and Thunder.
Suns,
T-Wolves and Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of interesting playoff basketball starts on Saturday. 4 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday. Looks like the Cavs and the Magic have already been relegated. Yeah.
Okay.
Cavs and the Magic are already relegated NBA TV. I'm pretty sure they have 2 NBA TV games already, which is hilarious.
12 o'clock.
And you know what? Yeah, you know what? The Bucks and the Patriots low key might be too. But we'll see. We'll see.
Real quick, man. What have you got for awards? We haven't talked too much about awards this year. MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year.
My MVP is Nikola Jokic. I think he deserves his 3rd in 4 years of MVP.
That playoff run did so much for his legacy and his standing in the league, huh? Now you can't really deny it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, he's like that. He's all time already. He's like that. And I honestly believe that especially because Jamal Murray missed so many games earlier this year. Jokic had to carry them single handedly.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that Anthony Edwards was doing the same thing because Cat was out for an extended period of time, but
his numbers just weren't as good, sparkling wise, compared to Jokic. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean,
what about Shea or Luka?
So I see why people want to give Shea the award, and it's mostly because he's black and Jokic isn't. That's like a really weird narrative that's floating around here.
Number one seed.
Now, I mean,
they were most of the year, or them or the Wolves or the whatever. They were kind of rotating those three.
Yeah. So look, I mean, Shea is 35-5, 31-5-5. Led them to a number one seed after being in the play-in last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not trying to tear him down, but Joker's averaging 27, 12, and 9, bro. Like, I mean, his numbers are better, their team's better.
So what about Luka though? Because Luka averaging 33, 9 and 9, like yeah.
I think Luka's averaging like 35, 9 and 9, which is
something like that. Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be mad if they gave it to Luka. I mean, he's good enough, and like if we look back at the history books, we'd be like, okay, Luka Doncic MVP, I get it. Like even now, like if he didn't play another game now, we'd be like, okay, Luka Doncic MVP, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his record is what's holding him back. 50 and 32, they're the 5th seed, so
they got at least 50 wins. That's usually the threshold, but yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm just trying to give you trying to have an argument about it, but yeah, it seemed like Jokic has had it locked up since like November, December, so almost like everybody's like, we made a mistake with the Embiid thing. Okay, let's just give you your third. Okay, you deserved it.
Defensive Player of the Year. People want to give it to Rudy Gobert so bad, but it's Victor Wembanyama.
Whoa,
it is. I'm sorry. Look, even though the Spurs are terrible. His like advanced stats for blocks is like ridiculous. Like
nobody wants to be near this guy when
he had more total blocks than like 12 franchises.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Rookie leading the league in blocks per game.
Yeah,
while getting almost 2 steals. I mean,
to me, it's got to be Victor Wembanyama, but they're not going to give it to him. They're going to give it to Rudy Gobert or some stupid shit like that. Anthony Davis isn't even consideration, which is just ridiculous to me. But
they just assumed he wasn't gonna make the plays, the games played. It's like, oh wait,
yeah, basically.
Oh well, no, we're just not gonna give it to him. No, whatever.
Yeah.
I still think it's gonna be Rudy just because of the record and all that. But Wemby knows, like he said before, he's gonna have it on lock for like the next X amount of years. He's probably. What's the over and under on defensive player years for this guy in his career? 5?
4, 5. Yeah, I would go over 4. I mean, what? I mean, how many does Dwight have?
I think 3? Rudy's about to set the record with 4. I think nobody's got more than 3. Yeah.
Wait, Dwight Howard doesn't have? I thought Dwight had 4. Let me see. Dwight Howard Defensive Player of the Year awards. Oh, he only had 3. Okay.
I can't remember a player that's had me just, and it's gonna sound kind of strange, but kind of just like fantasizing on what he's gonna be in the future with like I have with Wemby. Like, what is this guy gonna do? Is he gonna next season? Is he gonna be like a top 5 player already next year? Like, are they gonna be having him like an MVP running next season as a second year?
Yes.
Is he gonna be the favorite? Like what? Yes. Like where are we going with this?
Yeah. First of all, real quick, Ben Wallace won it 4 times. Dikembe Mutombo won it 4 times.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, already this is Wemby's league starting October 1st. Like it's his, bro. Like,
don't let them get him some
I was about to say, like, especially if they get a Trae Young and a Klay Thompson, like they're gonna win the championship.
Paul George.
Yeah, I know, right? Paul George. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting free agents out there this upcoming season. So yeah, and to me, he's the runaway rookie of the year. I don't give a fuck about Chet Holmgren. Like, stop it. It's Victor Wembanyama.
Any other year, Chet would be, probably unanimous. But
yeah.
What can you say?
Most improved. A lot of people want to give it to Tyrese Maxey, which I get it. I mean, he's up to scoring by like 8 points per game. Made the All-Star team.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think there was a big argument for Kobe White, who upped his scoring, I think, by 9. But the Bulls are just terrible. So I think that's going against him. And he's like the third option with Zach LaVine healthy. I guess with Zach LaVine healthy, he's the fourth option because of Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan. But yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to give most improved to Tyrese Maxey in the six man.
What about like Tyrese Halliburton? Was he an All-Star last year? I feel like he just blew up this season.
No, I don't think he was. But yeah, maybe he was. Maybe it was an injury replacement. Let's see. All-Star.
I know he was on Team USA, but yeah, I feel like he just kind of came out of nowhere this year. To some people, anyway.
He was pretty good last year. I don't know why my computer's not working. Yeah, I don't know. Real quick, I do want to talk about Team USA. They announced their 12 members going into Paris. These niggas is tired of losing. They brought the big guns. We got
Monstars.
Yeah, we got Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo, AD, KD, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Kawhi Leonard, and Jason Tatum. Holy
Kawhi
shit!
Leonard, that nigga ain't playing.
He's not gonna play, no. But I mean, it's cool to announce his name and make him feel special, I guess.
Halliburton was an All-Star last year. Okay, well, never mind.
Okay, I was about to say I thought he was. I mean, he was pretty damn good last year, but
most improved. Yeah. He was in the running. He was 6 and voting for that last year. So,
okay. Yeah, man. But yeah, they brought out the big guns to beat Germany and all those other teams that lapped at us in the FIBA this past year. So
hey, man, honestly. It's international shit. These guys catching up. I mean, we all see it. I mean, who's the best players in the league? The ones that's going to be the best players in the league going forward. It's all like international players, you know. France is going to be tough, of course, with Wembanyama, Gobert, Dennis Schroeder. Didn't they win? Didn't they win the World Cup last year? Or was it
Dennis Schroeder's on Germany, but they've got Batum.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Excuse me, Batum. What's that nigga that played with New York that Tibbs didn't like? Shooter. Played in Orlando.
What about old boy who's with the Mavs now? Exum? Ain't he French?
He's Australian.
Damn, whatever.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Germany, it was either Germany or Canada won the FIBAs. I can't remember. But
I think it was Germany, yeah.
Probably Germany, okay, yeah. We got the Wagner brothers, Dennis Schroeder, and somebody else. Can't remember. But yeah, they're not going to win this time. So LeBron's
who knows? I mean, these international teams, even though they don't have all the talent like that, they know how to play. They actually run sets. The international game is different, you know. We got all the star power, but these guys ain't trying to play more than like 20 minutes a game. They ain't trying to put in too much work. So we'll see who's actually playing for real. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, Team USA is going to win.
They better not lose, though. They better not. They better not. I don't think it's just going to be in the bag like that. But I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
One last thing. Okay, I know we're supposed to end. Do we care anything about the WNBA now? Now that Caitlin Clark's in the WNBA, are we gonna get us a try? Are we summer girls now? Do you think that's actually gonna help the league? I mean, it seemed like the draft got ratings.
Yeah, no, look, I appreciate what Caitlin Clark is doing for the women's game.
Not just hers, it's actually a star-studded rookie class.
It's her class. There's like arenas are already announcing that they're trying to move to bigger venues for her games.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like they're selling out of season tickets for markets that are not Indiana. Like it's her, bro. Like, I mean, sure, like there's a like Angel Reese, Paige, Cameron, whatever. Like there's a lot of star power in this draft, but Caitlin Clark is the one that just got the $10 million plus deal with Nike. Yeah. She's the one on the marquee. She's the one that all the WNBA players are hating on. So, you know, I'm pretty close to Phoenix now, and the Phoenix Mercury. Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean the Phoenix Mercury they're trying to move into the arena where the Suns play to play in the Indiana Fever when they come into town. So yeah, the Aces that are the Las Vegas Aces play.
Try to get to the T-Mobile arena. Right?
Yeah, they're trying to get to T-Mobile for. So it's just like, man, like she's moving the needle, and I love it and I respect it, and I will be watching. I don't know if I'll spend my money unless they're here. So whenever they play here, I would try to make the game, yes, but I'm not traveling to watch Caitlin Clark. No.
Got you. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna try to give the WNBA more of a chance. I used to watch it back in the day when like Lisa Leslie used to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I haven't really kept up with it. I guess I just don't be knowing when it's on or what channels it comes on, and just I never really I don't think about it. It's not in my conscious. So maybe Caitlin Clark will change that, and
Yeah.
we'll see, man. It's whatever helps keep moving the game forward. One day I might have a daughter, who might want to play in the league or something. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I agree. Listen, great pod. NBA playoffs are here. Guys, if you're watching the video, like the video. Please comment down below. Are the Lakers going to win? Comment. Please let us know. But yeah, all right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.